What of the day?
Prince.
Good morning, everyone. I am Sunny Kumar, not Prince, and I am here to help evaluate Saurabh Dev. He has been a part of Toastmaster Club since 2016, and he is on the mission to understand the rules of the world. And from his speeches, in the previous speeches, we can clearly see that where he has put a different perspective on the things. Again, in this speech, he will try to do that. So he is on level 3, project 4, and his pathway is team collaboration. The purpose of this speech, or the objective of his speech, is to practice and selecting using a variety of visual aids, okay, and which we can clearly see over here, which he has created in the morning. So best of luck, Saurabh, and all the other speakers who will be coming here. Thank you so much.
Over to you, Toastmasters Saurabh. Game theory.
Paras, I'll need just 30 seconds to set up. Okay? I'll need 2 volunteers who can play a game. Okay, RK sir and Kunal maybe. But you guys know each other. Okay, let's go with RK sir, and who is going to be the second volunteer?
Someone from guest.
Yes. Keep this with you. We'll play the game. You can sit over there. We'll play the game eventually when the time comes. Okay. Let's go. So my nani, she was a very pacifist kind of a person. She would always be very meek and very caring, very nice. And she would always tell me that if someone tells you, just don't bother fighting with them, just walk away. There is no point in doing that. On the other hand, my Tati was very assertive in nature. She was always about how could that person just cheat you, or how could she tell you that? You have to go and take your right. You have to go and get what you want. But there are some interesting problems here. Like my Nani, because she was so meek, she ended up being bullied by people all her life, and she was very meek, and that is how her situation ended up being. On the other hand, my Dadi, because she was so assertive, she would get her ways, but at what cost? Everyone would be very hesitant around her. No one would really be very comfortable with her. This was the problem. So as a child, I had a very confusing outlook. Like, how do I deal with this world? Should I be a pacifist, or should I be very assertive and impulsive? So this is the question that I am going to answer today. And let's try and figure out what the exact answer is. What is the right answer? This one or that one, or something else? But before we do this, we need to understand something. In this whole method, we are trying to figure out a strategy for dealing with people or dealing with the life situation. But before that, let's define what strategy is. Can anyone just would like to have a go at what strategy is?
Plan, step of action.
Plan, step of action. We're very close.
First set a goal, objective, it is goal objective. We think about how to achieve it, then plan it, written on the paper, and then implement it and then try to achieve it.
Okay, close enough. So I'll just go ahead with this. Strategy is that I have a plan, you have a plan. I hope that my plan works and your plan doesn't work. That is strategy, in essence. That is what Ukraine and Russia are trying. They both have grand plans, but they are trying to see that my plan works and yours should not work. That is the idea of strategy. Now, with that being said, this whole science of understanding what the right strategy is known as game theory. And in that game theory, there is a very interesting game, which you will be playing right now, is known as the prisoner's dilemma. Now imagine, you are a prisoner and you are also a prisoner. Now, there are now the CID has come and started interrogating you, right? And they are given you 2 options. Either you confess or you be silent. Now something interesting is happening. If, for example, if you confess and he is silent, then you will be free to go, but you will get 20 years in jail. On the other hand, if you confess and you are silent, you will be free to go and you will be jail for 20 years. Over here, 0, 20, 20, 0. Now, if you both confess, you will go into the jail for 5 years, and if you both remain silent, 1 year each. Now, the question is, you do not know what he will pick, and you do not know what you will pick. Let's play this game. I'll give you a check. Write either confess or be silent. And don't share it with me. You can write it down. Okay. So that's the rule of the game. Let me know once you have written it down. Done? Don't change it, okay? Done? Okay, perfect. So according to game theory, what is the best solution to this problem? Because you are trying to maximize and minimize the hurt that is being caused to you, right? Minimizing the hurt. So best strategy would be, because you do not know if the other person is going to squeal on you or are they going to be just silent. So you always have to assume the worst possible situation. So you always assume that, okay, this guy will definitely squeal on me. So it is best that I squeal on them. If by chance, if they remain silent, I will be free. But in case they squeal, we'll both get 5 years. So the best outcome according to game theory is this one. But let's see what the outcomes are. I'm expecting something different probably. Let's hope if that comes out to be true. With that being said, I'll give you a very realistic example. You might have shopped online, right? Now you want to buy a sneaker, which is like 10,000 rupees. Okay. You do not know the seller. Now you go and make the purchase on the card. Here is the interesting thing, because you do not know them. What is their objective? They are trying to maximize the profit. So you want to sell it for as much money as possible. You, on the other hand, are trying to get the best value. So there is the conflict of interest over here, right? So in that case, they'll try to play the game which will benefit them the most. But there is one problem with this whole prisoner's dilemma business, like always assuming that the other person is going to trying to cheat or maximize things on you. If you observe in real life, it's not always that I'm going to interact with you for just a single time. Maybe I'm interacting with you every day. I will transact with you and talk to you every day. In that case, if I try to get away with haha, it won't work. Because next day I'm going to meet you again, and that's going to create a problem. So let's build on this premise. In a general population, 5% of people are known as sociopathic. So they always try to maximize their outcome. They don't have that much empathy towards people. And their strategy is always geared towards how do I get things out of this person. Now, a very interesting thing happens. Remember when we started off, I told about my nani strategy and my dadi strategy. So if you look at this, this was my nani strategy. Should always be good. And the other person, they may be good, they may be bad. And then they may also be turned out to be good. But in this case, who is the winner? This person is the winner. Right? And my dadi strategy was always being ultra aggressive. She would always try to win at any cost. But in the whole thing, it will spoil things for everyone. So this also doesn't work. Now, there is a very interesting strategy. It's called tit for tat. Have you heard of this? You'll see this across the whole animal kingdom. I remember last week I was looking at sparrows. They were eating rice. And one sparrow was trying to be over smart, the other sparrow would kick him. So the tit for tat strategy is very interesting. If you look at it, what happens here? You're being good, the other person is being good, and then suddenly they turn on you. Then you decide to turn. So this sequence keeps on going. But one problem happens. If, for example, you are doing tit for tat and the other person is also doing tit for tat, you will make, you have seen those old movies where there is this family rivalry. मतलब मेरी बेटी को लेके भाग गया and this rivalry continues for generation and generation and generation. That is also a terrible strategy. So what is the right strategy? The right strategy is very simple. Go with tit for tat with 10% forgiveness. So every time you have a choice, okay, should I be mean to him or should I forgive? So every 10% of the time you should choose to forgive. And that is how you end up with the best benefit. Now with that being said, I just shared the best strategy with you, like what is the way to win any interaction or any game. Now let's look at what games did our contestants play out. Okay sir, what was yours? Ooh. Who is going to jail? Actually, you are free and you are in jail for 20 years. That's my friends. This is Game Theory. Thank you.